Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Road to Diamond on Colonist.io 1v1. On today's episode, it looks like we get the first pick. This ore is very clearly the best ore on the board, and even off the start, it does have the best brick attached. Sheep I'm not as worried about, but if we play the 693, there's another WebGL issue. But if we play the 693, do we get wheat? Do we get wood? Because I think the 843 is going to be taken. Is it worth instead taking like the 5910? Because if we have all this ore, it's not going to do us a ton of good. Oh, and we took too long, so the bot is telling us that's where we're going. So I guess we'll just point down. I'll see if maybe I can change the animations, see if that helps us a little bit. So hopefully we don't run into that same issue. Because sometimes it does really well with the WebGL, and other times it doesn't, and I don't really know what it does. So our opponent takes the 5-4-10 first. And I was thinking the 8-4-3 was a really good pick for him. It does make me wonder if they're still going to go up there and just double the wheat and get good wood. And at that point, what do we do? They play the 6-3-11. Yeah, let's turn animations back on. I prefer animations. I think we play the 8-4-11 going up, and we play that wood port. So we're looking for an early 9. We're going to have a pretty tough time playing any kind of road angle, but our expansions are okay. We have all the resources, and we might be able to play over to this if we can get enough brick. Now that does require the 9 to roll. And because we have so much wood, we don't go over, so I think we hold. We'll hold one. And now we're at risk of going over. So I think we port down for a brick. There's another brick. There's a 10. Another brick, which is really good. Now hopefully this 8-3 starts going. And the 5 is now rolling for him. So that gives us our first settle, if we want it. I think it might help. So let's go over. Or do we want to do that yet? Do we ever play a road up and then try and get to this 8-4-3? And if not, we bail out with the 9-4-11. Because I don't want to 7 out here, but let's take a chance. Got to play a little risky. Risk it for the biscuit, you know. What do we need? I think we city the 8-4-3. So we get more wheat. And we get more wood. And I think the 8 block is coming. A 3 would be so good. Oh, tough. 6? Because we might have played this in a way that we're going to get plowed to both ports. But I guess our opponent is waiting on a 3 as well, aren't they? I think they can build once. But I'm not convinced they can build twice. Let's actually block the 3. And we're going to play over and place our settle right there. So we get ourselves on the best sheep as well. And they're just rolling so much brick. This also does stop them out of this port. There's our wheat. We can't do anything with it yet. And if we could have gotten a brick, that would have been super good. But let's go ahead, let's place down. And we're going to play for this port. I think here, this is their best sheep. They don't have great wheat. So let's place on here. And we're going to hold. The ore, even more wheat. I think we can, what do we do here? I think we port down the wheat for a brick. I like to be on this, and I want to try and expand out. Maybe try and pick up this way down to like the 510. And hey, at least we don't get stolen right there. That's not a bad roll for us. A 6 would be great. And we don't have a 3 for 1 yet. So we're going to hold. And our opponent's probably going to play for this 9, 5, 12 next. Is what it looks like to me. And I'm tempted to actually build down to try and get onto this port. Because that way we get our 3 to 1. I think we'll dev once, we get a knight, and we can actually finally move it off of our 8 and test the dev. So let's go here, we'll block our opponent's 3. We get this, and that gives us settle and dev to leave us with just a sheep. They're going to use the knight, put it on the 8, they get a sheep, and we're going to block their 3 once again. And this is just me being annoying so I can block their production. I think it's probably a fine way to play. Oh, that stinks. Well, this 10 is doubled. So let's do that. And do we take the city? I think we take a city. Clears our hand. Doubles the 6-9. Doubles this. And now I'm hoping our position really starts to cook for us. And if we do get another city, I think this 8-4-3 is probably our best candidate spot. We're almost there, so we'll hold. That should put us there. And we get a 7. So if we go down these 4 and these 2, that'll be good. I want to keep the ore on hand. Let's go back to blocking their 3. And we're going to pass. 7 comes, 8 gets blocked. I'm actually completely fine with that. Now, I want to come down, but if I come down, they can plow and get this 8-3 spot, so I'm going to hold until I can do something a little more. We do have a city in hand. And now we could actually come down and build our city, our settlement here, which would put us at 4 settlements, or the city. I think we do this for now. I think this is the better play to give us better OWS. And we're going to hold on to these other cards. And that worked really nicely. So brick is probably one of our tougher resources to get. So we're going to port down for the brick, which will then give us road, settle. We're in here, and we're going to try and expand out to this like 5-10-2. We get a brick. We get another brick. A 3 would be super good. Our opponent might try and get over here. And I don't think that's the right play for them. I think once again, they just don't make wood. And they don't have ore. So I think we self-block the 3 because we don't care that they can get there. If they had a dev card, I might be worried about a mono in this situation. And here, everything puts us over. Let's go down. Let's buy a dev, and we get a Yop, which is decent. And here we can see that we're forcing our opponent to be uncomfortable. I think we port down. Let's grab a brick since it's our least plentiful. It goes on the 8. And they're in on that wheat, or in on the ore, so the ore is probably going to be the next block. Let's pass. We get a 10. They get an 11. 7. Ah. And we're way over, or we're just over. So now we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. We can port down for a wood. Then we get 2 wood here, and we get a wheat. And I think that puts us right where we want to be. Expanding out and really trying to take advantage of our own ports. We also take road, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to connect the full road. The 9 ore is probably the block because it's a free card every time it rolls. Oh, the 3. They get an 11. And here, I think we port down all this to get our best last spot for a city, which will be this 5, 10, 2. So now every wood on the board has a city on it and is going to just feed into our port. Here we don't have anything yet. I kind of like doing this. And maybe we'll hold. I never know when to fully build. Our opponent can take back, but there are no like quick way to win. So this would actually give us the full bit, and I think we take advantage of it, and we are done building for roads here. So we have our 15. We've locked those 2 points. We have this open settle for 14, and then we're going to go into the dev deck for the remainder. 7. Ah, a 4. The wheat did make this board a little bit tough, simply because you can't do a ton when there's not wheat. Wheat is the most valuable resource, as I've learned from a previous commenter as well. And the 4 goes crazy. Well, our last open settle spot is right here. So let's take that, and we'll go down to this. And without having a way to port down, without having a way for him to take everything, I'm going to leave my hand there. The 12. Is that a city? Nice. Oh. Not exactly what we wanted. Ore is more plentiful, so let's port the ore down. Let's grab a sheep, and a VP or a knight wins here. A road builder is the single worst card we can get. All right, that gives us 2 pops. So pop 1, we get the mono. Pop 2, we get a knight, and that's going to be game on next turn. GG's to our opponent. And let's just go ahead, let's pop it. Call it a game. We get a 16-point win for today's game. Thank you everyone for watching. I've really appreciated reading your comments and seeing all the feedback you have for me on how I can improve my game, as well as improve the commentary. I apologize for some of those issues we're having with like the WebGL. I'm going to continue to work on trying to get that figured out. But I will see you guys on the next episode.